Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist. Today, we are looking at a deeply troubling incident out of Anambra State that has sparked outrage and raised serious questions about the activities of local security outfits. A female National Youth Service Corps member, that's NYSC, alongside her colleagues, was allegedly assaulted, harassed, and dehumanized by operatives of the Echemba Vigilante group. That is a security outfit backed by the state government. The distressing video of this incident went viral, showing the corps members in a state of terror. The lawyer representing the victims, Cyrus Ono, recently spoke to Channels TV to give a detailed account of the horrific events. Let's hear what he had to say. So sit back and take a watch.
All right, again, thank you very much. And I really want to thank Channels and every other media outlet that has really shed light into this horrible event. As you said, rightly noted, I had the privilege to listen and watch the interview from you had with the special advisor to the governor on community security matters, and of course the police PPR. It's quite unfortunate how they would twist the facts as it happened, the facts, and try to make them play this whole thing. But as you said, the lady in question, and not just the lady, six of the corpers, I represent them, and the story is consistent, and they have video evidence to that effect. On that very day, they were in their lodge, charging their devices, and two of them were teachers marking scripts and doing their school assignments. Where these men suddenly they were barging on the door. And Jennifer in question was trying to open the door, and they just kicked the door in, kicked the door and barged in, and it almost hit her face. And everybody was scared. These are very, very young people. They were scared. When these men in question were masked. Most of them were masked on mufti with guns. So you could imagine how scared these young kids were. And they were trying to inquire, who are you guys, please? Who are you? Why would you just barge into the door? And they said, who are you? All of you, come with us. And they were trying to inquire, who are you people? They wouldn't identify themselves. They didn't give any identification. And they were just saying, come down, come with us. You're all thieves. You're all Yahoo people. What are you people doing here? Come with us. And they were trying to identify themselves that, we are not Yahoo people. Well, we don't know what you're talking about. We are coppers. They brought their ID cards. They were even showing them, because of course it was their room, and they were showing them their uniform and documents and all of those things. And they said, it's not possible we just make up these things. We are actually coppers, and this is a coppers lodge. They wouldn't get anything. They wouldn't get any of it, and they're trying to push them. And of course, at the end of the day, when they're trying to drag them downstairs, one of the, especially Jennifer, said this was why they actually pounced on her. As she insisted that if you must take us, they had to seize their gadgets. In the act, it was like a raid. They took their gadgets, their phones, and all of those things. And Jennifer was insisting that, please, if you must take us anywhere, would you allow us to call our LG? Because we don't know who you are. We're not sure. We're not sure of who you really are, and we don't know where you're taking us to. Can you please extend us the courtesy to call our LGI? And she said, I will not leave here until you let me call my LGI. And this started with lesson that. And of course, one of them met one of the guys and said, where this now you do this kind of things, even though people are coppers, now you try to say you can settle. It's not like that. People just rule peace. Those kind of language, it means to extort them. But they would not have any of that. And they said, okay, please, let us call our AGI. We're coppers, we don't have money. We don't have money. So let us call our AGI. I'm sure this whole thing will be resolved if it's money or something you're looking for. But Jennifer kept insisting that we will not leave here. I personally will not leave here until you allow me call my AGI. And that's when they started pouncing on her. And they made comments, derogatory comments that, who are you to speak? You're even a girl. Some of which was spoken in Igbo language. You're even a lady who gives you the right to speak to us and to speak to us. And they started beating her. And so she said, okay, please, let me change it to something appropriate. Let me put on pants. Trousers. What I'm putting on is not too nice. I don't even know where I'm going to. And they said, oh, that thing you're trying to cover, we will see today. We will molest you, we will beat you up, we will rape you, kill you and dump you, and nobody could say anything. That is what they said. Nobody can say anything. So it was really, really terrible. And that's how they pounced on her. You see, if you noticed, it's quite sad because one of them was in the bathroom where they barged into the room and they were not able to get his own phone. So this was the guy that was able to record them. Now, if you noticed, These guys were so passionate. They were so into the molestation and the harassment of this girl that they couldn't even notice that somebody very close to them was taking video. So let you know how evil, how intentional, how deliberate they were in molesting this young lady. And while they were doing that, some of the guys, there are about four guys there, they tried to intervene to say, please, please. And if you know, another part of the video, which was uploaded by the Haven 360 Foundation, they've been immensely helpful in this matter. And you could see that one of the guys were like trying to tell, please, will you please stop? That's a girl, will you stop? And they cocked the gun at him. And one of them chased him with gun. One of the security operatives chased him with gun and said, if anybody else speaks, if anybody talks, they are going to the person. So it was only one particular girl. There's another lady who was now insisting that please, she's a lady, please, she's a lady. And that's why they started attacking her. To the pistol whipped her, used guns on her to whip her, to beat her, to use sticks. You can see on her leg, use sticks on her body, on her lips. One of them even punched her because she was the only lady that wanted to speak out. So it was not even just on this girl, it was on the persons, this Jennifer and this particular girl who spoke out that they dealt with. Now, of course, we have all the videos. For some of them are very, very gory, which we wouldn't want to release to the public now, and we're just following the matter as it goes. We see how it goes. But honestly, you could see it was gory. It was really horrible. It was really, really horrible. Jennifer was absolutely naked. She was stripped naked, dragged in the pool of her own blood into the vehicle. The other guys, they had to follow to see to ensure that she's protected.
So, Mr. Honor,
and that's how they got to their secretariats.
So, we had Mr. Ken Emekai, who's a special...
Welcome back. So listening to that account is just heartbreaking and infuriating. Let's break down what we just heard and add more context to this situation. According to the lawyer, Cyrus Ono, this wasn't just a simple misunderstanding. He represents 6 core members whose ordeal began when armed masked men, later identified as members of the Anambra Vigilante group, forcefully broke into their lodge. The core members were simply in their rooms, charging their device and working on assignments. The operatives barged in, accusing them of being criminals and Yahoo boys, despite the core members immediately trying to identify themselves by showing their ID cards, that's their NYSC ID cards and uniform. The vigilantes refused to listen. They proceeded to seize their phones and gadgets, effectively cutting them off from seeking help. The situation escalated dramatically when one of the female core members, Jennifer, insisted on her rights to contact her local government inspector, that's the LGI, before being taken to an unknown location. This brave act of defiance was met with brutal force, as the lawyer recounted, and as seen in the viral clips, she was physically assaulted, beaten, stripped naked, and dragged into their vehicle in a pool of her blood, something like that. Other core members who tried to intervene were threatened with guns. This story highlights a terrifying abuse of power. The vigilante group, which is supposed to provide security, instead acted as aggressors, instilling fears and causing physical and emotional trauma. They operated without any apparent oversight, refusing to identify themselves and acting as judge, jury, and executioner. The lawyer's account paints a picture of a premeditated raid intended to intimidate and extort. As he mentioned, they used language aimed at getting a settlement. So here's my critical take on this. Now, this incident is a glaring indictment of the unchecked power given to some of these state-sponsored security outfits. While the intention behind establishing local vigilante groups to combat insecurity is often noble, the lack of proper training, regulation, and accountability can lead to monstrous outcome like this one. Giving them, once you don't carry gun, give all these guys with the weed, where they smoke something, they will think that they are above the law. They will do anyhow just because they are carrying pump actions. The echemba outfits, in this case, acted no differently from criminals they claimed to be fighting, breaking into a private residence without a warrant, assaulting unarmed citizens, and threatening them with firearms, a criminal act, period. The fact that their victims were a federal government employee on national service makes this even more egregious. The Anambra state government's response is also critical here. While they have reportedly arrested some of the operatives involved, this cannot be where it ends. There must be a thorough, transparent investigation into leadership and operational protocols of the Echemba group. What kind of training are these men given? What are their rules of engagement? Who holds them accountable when they cross the line? This incident erodes public trust in security institutions when citizens, especially young people serving their nation, have to fear the very people meant to protect them. Then the system has failed. This is a call to action for not just the Anambra government but for all state governments that utilize local vigilante groups. There must be a clear legal framework that governs their operations, complete with a civilian oversight body to handle complaints and ensure that justice is served. Finally, let's not forget the victims. These young corps members will live with the trauma of this event for a long time. They deserve justice, comprehensive medical and psychological support, and a firm assurance that no other corps member will have to endure such a horrific experience. The NYSC also has a duty to ensure the safety of its members and must demand concrete security guarantees from the state governments. This case is more than just an assault. It's a test of our collective commitment to rule of law and the protection of fundamental human rights. We will be following this story closely to ensure that justice is not just promised but is truly served. Thank you for tuning into Obas Trending Gist. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Stay safe and see you in the next video.